Jagudev. So, bow down. This is the end of the second round. So we'll start at 12:30. Please, back. You can sit here, you can go out, take some fresh air. Maybe open the window also to get some fresh air. Later on, I will explain about Shivaratri. You see, this is an example of the mind. One thing what Mr. Kuru said, which was right, Shiva stand for the mind. Shiva is Jnaneshwar. Another form of Shiva is Dakshinamurti. Na? Dakshinamurti is the one which gives knowledge. The Guru is the form of Dakshinamurti which gives knowledge. But what is knowledge? Not the knowledge to fill up the mind. You see, in the path of bhakti, you have to have certain knowledge of certain things. But yet, you have to discharge, to put aside even that knowledge. Because the knowledge of the self, Brahma Gyan, is beyond the knowledge of the mind. It's difficult to understand because in daily life, people dwell so much with the mind. No? Everything you do, you always use your mind. Mind here, mind there. And mind everywhere. So, to get rid of it, it's not an easy task, you know. But Shivaratri, why this night? Funny thing, they were asking the story of Shivaratri, and there are many versions of it, no? Why do you think we celebrate Shivaratri? Tell me. A little bit, please. Why do you think we celebrate Shivaratri? Huh? To stop the mind, but tomorrow it'll be back again into action. And now, I can't hear you. You see, this day, it's a very special day. That's why we celebrate the Ratri, the night. Huh? This is a very old blessing which Lord Shiva gave to somebody. He said, whoever on that night will think of me will be blessed, where I will help them to attain the self. The whole knowledge of Gita is all about knowing the self. In that aspect of Shiva, Dakshinamurti, he revealed the self to you. Of course, it will not just happen, okay, I come here for one day, chant the whole night, and then tomorrow we all realize. No, it's an ongoing process where one day you can say, Shivoham. Yeah, well, of course we say Shivoham, Shivoham, But yet, it's not just to say Shivoham. You have to become Shiva. You have to awake the Shiva inside of you. And Shiva don't stay only in the Shivaling. He's inside of you. And that only when your mind is calm. On Shivaratri night, he helped you to focus, even if there's lots of temptation, to sleep, getting tired, getting hungry. I said, when this Swami will finish, we can run quickly down. He said, see, just now. These are all temptation, which Maya put on the way. So that's what Shiva's done, to break this pattern. This night is, like I explained early in the morning, the 5 time we pray represent the 5 element. Ether was in the morning. Then it's go on. After ether, which is the next element? Huh? Are you sure? Huh? You did the mudra course, no? Then be sure. What is the next element? Well, let's vote then. Voting system. So how many say fire? How many say air? Good. Tushti, learn better. After ether, it's earth. How does earth get manifested after ether? After ether is air. After air is? After fire? After water? Here you have the 5 element. So each element is responsible for each part of your brain. Of course, one will say the brain is divided to the head, front, whatever, no? When we did the prayer, when we did the Atma Kriya teacher, there's a prayer that we do to purify part of the head. No? You remember? Well, the teacher I'm talking about right now. Eh? So, each of the prayer react on your brain. When you're doing it, you're chanting the divine names, you're going to it, you're up, your mind is focused, no? So Shiva, see also how dedicated you are. He gives you the blessing. But when you take the blessing, you just not, tomorrow you forget about that, You have to carry on. More, you live it every day. More, you feel this joy every day. You go deeper and deeper into it, more you will grow. You see, spirituality is not difficult. It's very easy. When you have love, everything becomes so easy. Shiva longs for this love. Often he will tell his devotee to chant the name of Radha and Krishna. That's what we do. We are chanting the name of Radha and Krishna because this brings great joy to him. Maybe one will say, but why does this bring great joy to Shiva, no? You know the story of Gopeshwarnath, Mahadev? Last year I said it, I remember clearly. You remember? Can you show me who was the yes behind there? Okay, Yashodhari, tell us the story, please. No, a bit louder. Stand up.
So when Lord Krishna did the Leela, and all the gopis came to dance, and Krishna manifested himself, so he was dancing with all the gopis. Lord Shiva wanted to come as well, and it was because Parvati was getting ready and was very beautiful. And Shiva was like, "Where are you going?" And Parvati was like, "Well, Krishna's having his Leela, I go." And Shiva was like, "Oh, I would like to come along." But then he was like, "Oh, I'm a man and I'm not a woman." So Parvati helped him to disguise as a woman, as a gopi. And Shiva came down to the Leela and to dance with Krishna disguised as a gopi. But of course, Krishna recognized him and but played the game and said, "Oh, how about a wonderful lady, and thank you for coming."
Parvati and Shiva were there, disguised, very nice. You see, the lady in India, they all have the head covered, no? Do you know? They don't, out of respect, they don't show the face. So Shiva, how tall he is, very, very strong, masculine, you know. You saw Shiva, you know, look at him, how muscle he is. Gym. So, imagine him dressing as a lady. It would not be very feminine. So it would be like a bloke there. And there all the Matajis dressed nicely, you know, ready for Krishna. So there, Shiva also, with his head covered. Of course, Krishna, he being Antaryami, he knows everything. He knows how longing is the Devas. Of course, up there, it's not only Shiva. All the Devas want to come. But no one dare to come. Because they remember very well what happened to Brahma, who wanted to teach Krishna when he was small, you know, by stealing all the gopas. Indra, the same thing. I said, my goodness, now we come down there again. What will happen to us? And they just, okay, let's enjoy it from up. With sadness, they've been looking from up. So, of course, Shiva take the challenge. That I come. Dressed nicely, he came. There was a problem. He didn't know how to dance. Being Nataraj, if he started dancing like Nataraj, of course, it would be known straight away. But he chose to play the shy. It didn't go too well with him, but as Krishna knew everything, he wanted to play the game with him. So, Krishna approached Parvati Mata. I said, Mate, you have come. By the way, who is this beautiful girl have you brought with you? Parvati became red straight away, you know, and said, oh my God, my Lord, this is a new girl that I just found on the way. And she asked, you know, she's coming to... She heard that we are coming to do the Ras Leela with you. And she said, let's come also. And Krishna said, let me see how beautiful she look. Parvati said, no, but he's so shy, she's so shy, you know, don't leave her alone. And Krishna insists. Finally, by teasing Shiva, Krishna said to him, to Shiva, "Hey, Lord Shiva, I know it is you. So why are you disguising like that?" Now he started teasing him, why is he disguised? But because of his pure devotion and love, why he wanted to be there, Krishna was very happy with him and blessed him. That's why he's called Gopeshwar, which is Gopeshwar Mahadev, the Lord who came in the form of a gopi to enjoy the company of Krishna. But this is out of his love, no? Like that, there's so many saints which Shiva have appeared, who used to believe so much in Shiva, who will appear to them and tell them, sing the glory of Radha Krishna, because that's what makes me feel the love. Because Gyan stay here. Knowledge stay in the mind. Have you ever seen people which is very knowledgeable? I know there's a lot of here. Well, there is also pride. And the pride is very noticeable. Don't think that people who have bhakti don't have pride. They do have. But the bhakti pride is mixed with a sweetness. And that sweetness is called love. So on this night, the expression that you express towards Shiva he multiplied it 100 times, give you much more. If you ask him, sincerely, if you ask him for something deep within you today, he can't refuse you. But you have to be accordance that it will help you, You can't say, okay, I'm asking to kill somebody there. This I'm sure he will not do. But if you ask him to grow spiritually, if you ask him to help you so that your love inside of you grow, that he will happily do it. And as I explained earlier in the morning, this aspect of Shiva is a dissolution of the mind. Because for love to awake, for pure love to awake inside of your heart, the mind have to dissolve. That don't mean that you become stupid. Because very often people think that when the mind is not there, one become dumb. No, dumb, rubaji, no? No, you don't become stupid. Because when the mind dissolves, when the love awake, the consciousness reveals itself. And when the consciousness reveals itself, automatically, it's not knowledge will be there, wisdom will be there. And when you have wisdom, it's different. In wisdom, you don't see the duality. Because you perceive the divine in everything. In all your action, in everyone around, everywhere, wherever you are. That we call Brahma Gyan. And this aspect of Shiva, when we look at the Shiva Lingam, is without any form. Even, of course, there's a form to it, but at the same time, we call it Sagun Brahma. He's Nirgun and Sagun, which is he's with form and without form. The one which you look with the mind, you will see this form, this aspect. But the one which look with the heart, which will see what is deep within it. And what lies deep inside is also in each one. But you have to come to the point of realizing that Shivoham. No? You say Aham Brahmashtami. It's good to remind that you are part of Brahman. You are part of the divine. But don't let the ego blind you. Because I have met people, whenever you ask them who they are, I am God. Well, yes. In essence, everybody is God. What God can do, can you do? Huh? You can. You have to dissolve the pride and the ego completely. There was one devotee of Adi Shankara. You know Adi Shankaracharya, no? Adi Shankaracharya, he's a manifestation of Lord Shiva himself. So he will always chant Shivoham, Shivoham. So he will say always, I am Shiva, I am Shiva, I am Shiva. And of course his disciple also will say it. Our guru always saying Om Shivoham, Shivoham. There was one of the disciples also, he was always saying Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. So one day Adi Shankaracharya was passing by, how do you call it, the one who melts metal? Goldsmith? No, not goldsmith, but blacksmith, no? So he was passing by a blacksmith. So Adi Shankaracharya went by, there's this malted iron metal there. He took this round thing, with a malted iron or malted metal. He just said Shivoham and he swallowed it. Nothing happened to him. And turning to his devotee next to him and said, Shivoham. He said, do it. Of course the devotee could not do it. Because the state into which Adi Shankaracharya was identified himself was one with the divine. Whereas the devotee was still on the way. Then Adi Shankaracharya explained to him, until you have not dissolved completely the pride, as long as the mind have not dissolved completely, be the bhakt. Be the devotee. So, Shiva stands for that, reminding you that at the end, you are the Atma. And if you look at in the point of view of the Atma, if you break all the barrier which separate everything, then you will see how God sees things. How the divine perceive everything.